Okay, so you want to model, we're going to create this model here, and then what you need to do is create this drawing, just using this picture here that I gave you. So what you're going to do in Onshape, right, create a new document. It's called Skills Project 1, create a new document. Now, while we're here, we're going to reference, right? I gave you that sheet. We're going to reference this here. So we're going to start with drawing a sketch, and you're going to draw this outline. It's a lot of lines on here, but you're just going to focus on the outline of this part. So you can do a rough outline of this, roughly the same dimensions. Then we'll come back and add the dimensions after. That's how I do it. You can do the dimensions as you go, whatever's easier for you. But I'm going to start by drawing this shape. So I'll click Sketch. I'll draw all this on the front plane. Use the line tool. And I'm going to start by just going to map out that rough shape. Don't worry about that angle there. I'm just going to draw the shape. And if I hover over points, you'll see there's like orange dotted lines. These are going to snap in place. So they can snap into specific locations that I want them to snap into. Making sure the lines are parallel. And I'll hit escape. So no dimensions on this yet. So you can see I have, it's not perfect, but it's roughly the same shape as this here. Now we need to start adding some dimensions, right? So I will dimension this back line to this top, right? That's 4 inches. From here to here is 4 inches. So what I need to do is click the dimension tool, or D on the keyboard. I'm going to dimension this line and make that 4. Great. So I'm going to kind of keep referencing my drawing. So I'll dimension from this whole thing. If I look at this top drawing now, it's 6 inches total length. So from this end all the way to the other end is 6 inches. So I'll go back to my drawing. I'm going to dimension this line to this line, 6 inches. Okay, so I have my top line is 4, my from end to end is 6. It's not this line, it's from this end to this end, right? That's the total length is 6 inches. This chunk here, this little like cutout here, this is 1 inch by 1 inch, right? This little notch here. So what you can do is go back to your drawing and dimension. It's good practice to keep your dimension numbers off of the actual drawing itself. So I'll click, that line is 1. And then this line, also going to be 1. So I have here my rough shape kind of working together now. Now, this whole thing, if I'm looking at this right view here where my cursor is blinking, it's 4 inches from top and bottom. So that means from here to here is 4 inches. So in my drawing, I'm going to use the dimension tool again, click top line, bottom line, and I'll type in 4. Enter. So I have my main dimension set. There's a couple more I need to dial in. This line on the right goes up from the bottom 2 inches. So I have to dimension that 2 inches. This line here is what I'm talking about. Click that once. That's 2 inches. Okay, there's one other line we need to dimension before we start adding the fillets to this drawing. That's from here to here. It's 3 inches. So from this notch here up to the top is 3 inches. So I'm going to go back to my Part Studio, dimension this, 3 inches. It's already set. So I don't even need to dimension that. If I did everything correct, that number should be 3. And you have right now our rough layout. The only thing missing is our fillets on the corners, our round over corners, and our holes. So let's add the fillet first. And we're going to dimension this in here, but we're going to draw this out with a radius curve. So in here, we'll give this a dimension. Let's see this where my cursor is blinking. I'm going to go to Skills Project again, the Onshape model. Click the Fillet tool. And I'm going to click the lines that I want to add a corner on, that I want to round over the corner. So I click the top line, and then I'll click the side. And it's going to ask you. I can drag this curve in to drag this arrow in to create the curve. If I just click again, it's going to ask me for a dimension. Give that a radius of, we'll say, 0.5. And I can move this out of the way if I want. So this radius here is 0.5. So I have my outline completed. The next two things we need to do are dimension our circle. So we have one circle that's 7/8 inches in diameter, one that is 3/8 inch. This first one, if you look at it, everything is dimensioned from the center point of the circle. So this is 1 inch over from the center, 1 inch down from the top to the center of the circle. So first thing you do is click the circle tool. Doesn't matter where, just click, create a circle, click once, release. Give that a diameter of 7/8. Onshape does fractions, so you dimension that circle. Just type in 7 divided by 8. Now, hit escape to break the command so you're not drawing multiple circles. I now need to dimension this circle. So I click dimension. Now, everything is going to be dimensioned from the center of the circle. So I click the center of the circle, and I click the top line there. That is 1 inch. Great. And now I click the center of the circle again. Click the side line. Bring my line up so I can read it. Type in 1. And you can see I dimensioned my circle 1 inch by 1 inch from the top, 1 inch from the side. Now we need to do the same thing to the bottom right-hand corner, because look at our drawing. We have a 3/8 inch circle that is 1/2 inch from the bottom and 1/2 inch from the side. So it's the same process, just different dimensions. So I'll draw a circle again. Click a circle anywhere. 3 divided by 8. Enter. Escape to break the command, or just hit D or dimension toolbar, dimension on the toolbar. And I'm dimensioning from the center of the circle. So I click the center of the circle. I click this outside line, and it is 0.5. It is a 1/2 inch now. From the side, and I'll click this again. It's going to be from that center to the bottom. It's going to be, again, a 1/2 inch from there. And now I have my sketch. Everything's defined. Everything is dimensioned. I have my 2 circles. I have my outline. Everything is dimensioned. I can now accept the sketch. I'll hit the green check mark. Great. There's my model. If you need to make changes to it, you can go back into the sketch and make adjustments. Now, from here, what you need to do is create an orthographic 3D model of this. So we need to rotate and then hit extrude. And you can click the piece, and you're going to change the depth of this from 1 inch to 3/4 of an inch, or 0.75. And I have my part. The next thing we're going to do is create an orthographic drawing of that. So what you can do is you have part 1 over here in your feature tree. Right click and click create drawing of part 1. All you need to do is click the 4 views icon down here. Click OK. And it will generate the part for us. So, generated the part. Now you need to add dimensions, the same dimensions that I had. I put a lot of dimensions on it, so you can include all those as well. So I hit the dimension icon on the toolbar, or D on the keyboard, and I'm going to dimension overall length, height, the diameters of the holes, the radius, right? You can kind of see typical practice, we don't have the dimension numbers over the drawing. So you can kind of see how I'm clicking the lines I want to dimension. I can click points rather than lines. To have all my measurements there. And there's your orthographic drawing, and your Part Studio will have your orthographic model. So you have two separate things. When you're done with this, click the share button, go to link sharing, turn on link sharing, and copy this to the clipboard and paste that into the assignment labeled as Skills Project 1.